Big data analytics and business intelligence syllabus is subdivided into two major parts. As you can see from the name of the paper itself, we can see that we are going to see or learn two subjects: big data analytics and business intelligence. So as far as the syllabus is concerned, syllabus is also subdivided in the similar manner. So unit 1, 2, 3, these three units are concentrating on the first aspect, that is big data analytics. So what is big data, why it is required, what are the different features of these big data analytics, and then you have the some of the things which needs to be explored practically, which are given in your syllabus. Like you have to learn the R language, okay, and then there are certain basic things regarding the MapReduce and R Hadoop. Okay, so MapReduce and R Hadoop, these are the particular skills by using the R language, which is a statistical programming language, which helps us to explore the data in a statistical manner, and we can not only explore the data in a statistical way, but we can use that data to come for a particular decision making. Okay, and that is what the second part of your syllabus is: business intelligence. Okay, so business intelligence, so you have unit 4, 5, 6. These are the units which are concentrating on the big data analytics. Okay. Okay. So big data analytics, you have just a minute. Okay. So now it is visible. Can anyone confirm? Screen is visible. Audio is audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So now you have this unit 4, 5, 6 are concentrating on the other aspect, that is business intelligence. Okay. So by analyzing this big data, okay, by using these three units, we are going to analyze the big data, and then how the business decisions can be taken which are smart enough, wherein you are able to take the decisions very quickly, very accurately, which can promote the business very well. That things we are going to learn in unit 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so all these three units are concentrating on only one aspect, that is business intelligence, and unit 1 to 3 are concentrating on the first aspect, that is big data analytics. ठीक है, इतना समझ में आ गया? Any questions regarding this? Yes.
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, so we will start with unit 1, and we'll try to see what exactly the unit 1 is. Okay, so as you can see, the syllabus of the unit 1: introduction to big data analytics, big data overview, state of the practice in analytics, data analytics life cycle, data analytics problems, understanding the features of R language, and understanding different Hadoop modes, understanding Hadoop feature, and Hadoop database file system, that is HDFS, and MapReduce architecture. So these are the points which we are going to learn in unit 1. Okay, so let me share the notes of unit 1. Okay, so is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is your unit 1. Okay, so first and foremost question, what is big data? Okay, now if I ask you what is big data, what are your ideas regarding that? Yes, please feel free to speak out in this class, because ultimately if you are if it is going to be a one way process, you will not be getting what is intended. So it should always be, the class should be the interactive class. So what are your ideas regarding big data?
Sir, it is subset of machine learning and AI.
Okay, what else? Lena, can you contribute?
So large amount of data.
Large amount of data, very good. Rishikesh?
Data which is difficult to process using non-traditional
Yes,
methods.
yes, with the data is very difficult to get process using the traditional methods. That means whatever the database management system that we have learned is unable to process this kind of huge amount of data. Now if we know that there is going to be a need of huge amount of data that needs to get processed, so what are the sources from which this huge amount of data is getting generated? क्या sources हो सकते हैं इसके? There can be n number of sources, like we are using in our day to day activity, the social media, WhatsApp. All these are going to be the sources wherein very huge amount of data are getting generated. Okay, there are number of cameras which are working day and night. They are capturing the video. YouTube is transmitting huge amount of videos every now and then, every per second. If you try to take the utilization of YouTube, huge amount of data is getting generated by the YouTube itself. Social media, all these new platforms are contributing to generate huge amount of data, which is really out of the scope of the our traditional database management systems, which are meant to be used for lesser amount of data, to process lesser amount of data. But wherein these type of data are getting generated, so human being, as an intelligent human being, people thought, why not exploit this opportunity, why not learn something from this data? And that is why, if you visit to any market like Big Bazaar, if you visit to Big Bazaar, you will see that there are certain things kept in very uh, what you can say, tactical manner. Okay, so tactical manner means wherein you are going to get your bill, there you will find, that is point of sales, जहाँ पे आपका बिलिंग होता है, at that point of time you will see that there are huge amount of baskets which are filled with bread, butter, chocolate, all these things. So why they are kept over there only? Because there is a certain analytics done based on the data that is getting generated on these supermarkets like Big Bazaar. So if you concentrate on that, you will find that whenever you are carrying some kids with you to the supermarket like Big Bazaar, you will see that whenever you are standing for your billing in a queue, whenever you have kids with you, they will ask for the chocolate. And these people are smart enough that at that point of time, you cannot deny the chocolate to the kid. Why? Because you are standing in a queue. There are many people who are looking at you. And at that point of view, if you are not willing also, you will buy the piece of chocolate. Why? Because the kid which is with you is asking for that chocolate, and at that point of view, at that point of time, there is a psychological pressure on you that you cannot deny the piece of chocolate to the that kid. Okay, so that is how these supermarkets are working, and believe me, these all supermarkets like Big Bazaar all are using this particular psychology by using our the data, the big data that is getting generated in these supermarkets. Okay, so let us try to see the particular definitions in a more formal way. Okay, so big data means really big data. It is a collection of large data sets that cannot be processed using the traditional computing techniques. And the big data is not merely data, rather it has become a complete subject which involves various tools, techniques and framework. Okay, so as one of you has rightly pointed out that it is going to be not in the traditional way. You cannot process it using the traditional way. So why? Because it is a very huge data. It may be heterogeneous data also. Okay, so heterogeneous data means the data which is not in a uniform manner. Like अगर मैं कोई टेबल में डेटा, if I am going to store any data in table, then I will be requiring that data in a particular format. But that is not the case with big data. As you can see, social media में जो data generate हो रहा, that is a heterogeneous type of data, and that is why this type of data needs to be processed first, and then and only then we can use the traditional tool to process this data. Is it okay? Any query up till now? Yes.
No, sir.
Okay, so now what comes under big data? What are the sources? So as we can see, there are certain sources given over here. As we have discussed, social media, then stock exchange data, black box data, then power grid data, search engine data, transport data. So all these are the heterogeneous type of sources which are generating the heterogeneous data. Okay, and all these things are going to be very huge in amount. Okay, as we have seen, the social media, Facebook, Twitter and other social media are getting utilized by the uh, global community. So very large amount of people are using this social media, and that is how the data that is getting generated is very, very huge in nature. Okay, then there is a search engine data. So as you can see, again it is a global event. So you have the search engine that retrieves lots of data from the different databases, that is different web pages. Okay, so all these web pages are utilizing this data. Then there is a transport data, power grid data. Then you have the black box data. So it is a component which is used in the aviation industry, and it captures voices of the flight crew, recordings of the microphones and earphones, and all these data is getting analyzed by the people if any unavoidable circumstances happen. That is, for example, if some kind of accident or such type of things happens, then this is going to be the helpful to uh, get more insight into that data. Okay, so this big data includes huge volume, velocity, and variety of data. So this is very important: volume, velocity, and variety. Okay, volume means large amount of data, very, very huge amount of data, which may be in petabytes, zettabyte. Okay, they are not in MB or GB, but they are in some petabytes or terabytes. Okay, and velocity means high speed with which that particular data is getting generated. Huge amount of speed is there with which that particular data set is getting generated. And again, as we have pointed out, it is a variety of the data that is getting generated. That means it is the heterogeneous data that is getting generated. Okay, so the data in it will be of three types: structured, semi-structured, and unstructured format. Okay, so structured means like we have seen in our normal database management system, as we have tables which are comprising of the rows and columns. So you have the relational database, which is very, very structured in nature, कि अगर आपने रोल नंबर का कॉलम क्रिएट किया है तो इट कैन एक्सेप्ट ओनली नंबर्स, इट कैनॉट accept any other things. So likewise, the relational data is very, very structured in nature. Then there is a semi structured data wherein you can utilize the XML data to exchange the data between the application. Like for example, if you have developed one application using ASP.NET and another application using Java, then both are talking in a different way, different language. But what if I want to generate ASP.NET output as input to the my Java program? I have certain program which is written in ASP.NET, and that ASP.NET output should be utilized as an input for my Java program. So in these type of situations, you have XML, which is somewhat structured and somewhat unstructured. So that is why it is called as a semi-structured data. Okay, and very, very unstructured, like we have the social media comments. अब मुझे अगर फेसबुक पे कोई कमेंट लिखना है तो आई कैन राइट एनीथिंग. Heterogeneous type of data I can write, heterogeneous type of messages I can write, which can comprises of number, words, special symbol, anything I can type. So this type of data is a unstructured data. Okay, so that is structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today we will stop over here and we'll continue our lecture in the next class. Okay, I will be sharing the attendance link. Please mark your attendance. I have taken the screenshot also with me, so that I will be able to mark your attendance. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Thank you.